Today. I certainly hope you're doing well. Okay, now what I'm going to show you here today is I'm going to try to prove to you that that plane landed in Diego Garcia on the early morning of March 8th of 2014. Now, I have done an extensive video on the I'm Your Ghost channel. I'm going to leave a link so you can see it all done, with all the screen caps and all that stuff, okay? But I'm going to explain to you how it all worked out. And these are based on facts, not conjecture, all right? First of all, the flight itself took off from Malaysia at 12:41 a.m. Now, the last point of contact was on the 8th at 1:21 a.m. That's a 40-minute difference from the time it took off till the time of last point of contact. Now, people in the Maldives stated that they saw that plane flying very low, headed towards the southern tip of the Maldives. If you were to take a flight from Malaysia to the Maldives, it's 4 hours and 24 minutes. All right? The plane was seen in the Maldives at 6:15 a.m. So let's do some math. From 1:21 a.m. to the point of the last contact, if you add 4 hours and 24 minutes, that brings you to 5:45 a.m. But you see, you have to add 40 minutes to that because they were 40 minutes out from the point of which they took off until the last known point of contact, which will bring you to 6:25 a.m. We are talking a 10-minute difference. You got that? Okay, now let's go with the mileage. The mileage to get from Malaysia to China is 2,628 miles. The mileage from Malaysia to the Maldives to Diego Garcia is 2,617 miles. Now that's 11-mile difference. So they had plenty of fuel to make it to Diego Garcia. Now, sorry about holding the camera here. My tripod is not available at this time. But here's the deal. The reason why it was emitting signals is because it has some sort of mechanism in the engines that was sending relays to the satellites. Now, they had to have electricity to, steer the plane to Diego Garcia. Now, Diego Garcia is a United States top secret military base that is leased from the UK. All right? So when it landed and then, no more signals, that sort of thing, how did that happen? Well, you see, I believe that plane is being stored in a hangar that basically is, let's say, like a Faraday cage, if you will. Now, for the people that have cell phones and such, I'm going to prove my point here. If you lose your cell phone anywhere in the world and it has a GPS chip in it, it can be located via satellite, all right? Now, if you were to put that cell phone in a Faraday cage type scenario, the emissions coming from the GPS of going out, the signals going out, there would be no signals going out, and there would be no signals coming in, okay? Nothing could be sent, nothing could be received. For example, if you take any cell phone and you were to crumple up a piece of tinfoil and gently uncrumple it, and then wrap your cell phone up like a hot dog, you can call it all day long, but it's not going to ring. It will not. The person calling you can leave a message, and when you take it out of the temporary Faraday cage, if you will, you're going to get a missed call either instantaneously or maybe an hour or 24 hours later, and you'll be able to pick up that call. But while it's in there, you can't receive any calls and you can't make any calls because now the signaling has been temporarily interrupted by that mechanism. Now, a lot of people are suggesting that, the plane it landed in Pakistan and all that nonsense. No, I'm not buying that. The reason why is when a plane is going to land at any given airport anywhere in the world, it has to have clearance to land from the tower. So that country would know that that plane was to land, and of course the cat would be out of the bag. The only way for this to, let's say, where a plane could disappear and not a trace, is if it landed on a military installation somewhere in the world, and this way, being in the Indian Ocean at Diego Garcia, no, nobody is getting close to that place. No way. That facility is as top secret as Area 51, except it's located in the Indian Ocean. Now, for people to suggest that, Americans, they wouldn't harm anyone, they wouldn't do anything naughty to all those innocent people, yes, they would. Because you see, in the late 60s, early 70s, the United Kingdom booted out over 2,000 people that lived on that nation, and they dropped them off in India with no way for them to take care of themselves or anything. They just said, you know what, we're going to pick you up from this island and we're going to deport you out of your own country. The United States leases Diego Garcia from England. That is a fact. All right? Now, I'm going to give you a prediction. All right? But I'm stating as a statement that that plane landed at Diego Garcia. All right? But this is the part that's my opinion. It is my opinion that that plane will be at a later date relaunched and reflown into the air and then slammed back into the ocean, and everybody will have a big hoo-hoo dance and say, oh, well, we must have missed it and we found it and all this stuff. But guess what? You're not going to find any passengers. I don't believe that you will. And the reason why is because they will use this time that has gone by to state that's why you're not going to find any passengers. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, again, if you want to see the video on the I'm Your Ghost channel, I'm going to leave you a link so you can see it down to the last detail. I'm Monographed, and if you can't speak freely, you're simply not free. Have a good one.